What's up, YouTube? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap, where we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your spiritual journey. Before I get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe. All likes and subscribes are appreciated, and they assist me in getting into the YouTube algorithm. Today I want to speak on the topic of people who are chosen, or people who have been chosen to come back in this lifetime to accomplish an important mission. That they're not just here for themselves, and they're not just here for their children or their parents. They are here for a bigger reason. So let's get started. I want to give you 10 signs that you have come back for a specific purpose in this lifetime. Number 1, you never really fit in. No matter where you go, you don't fit in. You can be around a crowd of people, you can work around a crowd of people, you can do whatever you want to do with a lot of people involved, but you never quite feel like you belong there. So you're always kind of a misfit. Yes? Number 2, you're the black sheep of your family. You can have a family full of black sheep. Everyone's been through trauma. Everyone's gone through the same thing. Everyone's cut from the same cloth. And you will be the outcast among those people. So you're the black sheep of the family. And you get pushed away in the family. And no one understands you. And no one can relate to you. And so you always feel like the odd man out, regardless of where you go, whether you're in public or where you're with your family. Number 3, you've experienced trauma your entire life. From the age of 3, 4, 5, in your teenage years you experienced trauma, your young adult years you've experienced trauma, and so forth and so on. It's like no matter what you've done, you are going to come into contact with trauma in some way, form, or fashion. Number 4, you're a self-healer. You don't do a lot of seeking outside of yourself and, hey, could you help me? And I need this person, I need that person. Every once in a while, we all need someone. But people who are chosen to come back with a purpose have to learn how to heal themselves and have to learn how to deal with their trauma for themselves. Because their purpose is bigger than most, they will have to deal with other people's issues as well. So people who are chosen are self-healers. Number 5, you spend a lot of your time in isolation. A lot of your time is spent alone in solitude. You don't really need a lot of people to entertain you. You don't really need a whole lot of attention from other people. You kind of just stay in solitude. There's a lot of processing that goes on with people who are chosen, and it requires them to be in solitude. This is not something that just comes naturally. It's something that evolves over the years because one has to learn how to enjoy their own company and to be by themselves. And so it's part of a healing process, yes? And so you learn how to enjoy your own company and to be by yourself. So when you're with someone else, you're there because you want to be there, not because you have to be there. Yes? Because that takes you back to number 1, where you never really fit in. And so when you never really fit in, you don't want to be there in the first place, yes? But because you are accustomed to being by yourself, leaving any situation does not bother you, yeah? People who are chosen, who are on who have a bigger purpose in life, cannot rely on outside energy to keep themselves going, because people are fickle. People come and go. And your purpose cannot be negated or misguided by the emotions of other people. Going back to number one, where you never really fit in and you always feel like a misfit. When you're on a journey of assisting others in their healing, as you go on this journey, and as you grow, and as you really start assisting people, people will be angry at you. They will dislike you. They will literally hate you because you've catapulted the work in them to see themselves, to work on their own shadow. And when their darkness pops up, instead of facing that, they look at the one who has been chosen to do the work and they say, it's his fault. It's her fault. There's something about them I just don't like. So when you are a chosen one, when you've been chosen to walk a certain path, you're not there to be liked. This is one of the reasons that learning how to do number 5, which is to isolate, to remain in solitude, is important. Because if you work on how people respond to you while you're on your journey, you'll go off course. You will negate your mission. And the one thing that people who are chosen or people who have been called for a higher purpose don't want to do is negate their mission. And oh, by the way, your spirit guides will not allow you to negate your mission. Your spirit guides will not allow you to negate your mission. You can try. You can try to go off course and say, okay, I'm done with this. I'm not doing it anymore. You can say, you can try to get yourself in trouble so you don't have to do it anymore. You can try all types of things. Trust me, I've tried it. You can't, your spirit guides will not let you get off course. All you're doing, you're not negating your mission, all you're doing is prolonging it. Yes? Number 6, you have to cheer for yourself, honey. You got to cheer for yourself, for your accomplishments, your goals, your mission successful, mission complete, everything went smooth. You have to cheer for yourself. No one cheers for the chosen. So if you're on your mission expecting accolades or somebody to say good job or I'm so proud of you, you're never going to get that. No one cheers for the chosen. So number 6, you have to cheer for yourself. Yes? Number 7, another sign that someone is chosen to walk on a higher path or they have a certain calling on their life that they have to walk, is that they're always seeking higher knowledge. They're always on a journey of seeking, going deeper, learning. What does that mean? How can I get that deeper? You know, we always they want to pick apart everything and figure out what makes it tick. Why am I acting this way? Yes? They're seekers, they're not surface people. They go so deep that they step outside of themselves and they see themselves. Yes? And that in itself is painful. Because just because you're chosen or just because you're walking on a journey that you're on a mission, you've been called to do a certain mission, you've been called to walk on a certain journey, it doesn't make you perfect. And so you're constantly seeing yourself, and your guides will force you to see yourself. Because as a person who is on a mission or has been called to a certain journey, you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself. You set aside time for self-care, but you don't have time to wallow in your feelings. It's like, okay, That's my shadow. I see it. Okay, I was offended by that. I see it. Okay, that was a trigger. I see it. You have to see yourself, because how can we truly be on a mission of assisting others if we don't see ourselves? And sometimes we have blind spots. Someone else can see us better than we can see us. But when they bring it to us, we acknowledge it. Is that a possibility? And if it is, okay, well, let me see how I can work on this. We're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to walk in a way that when we assist someone else in what they're going through, that we have experienced it. It's not something that we've read in a book. It's not something that, we Googled. It's something that we have personally experienced, and we can, if someone wants us to hold space, we can say, well, this is what I did. Yeah? And it'll be the truth. Number 8. As chosen ones, or people who have been called to a higher calling, or people who have been called to a mission, however you'd like to phrase it, they realize that they're different, that they're not really a part of this matrix system, this world. It's like more like they feel like they don't really belong anywhere. It's hard to feel like they belong because there's so much going on, and very few people can relate to them. There's very few people who have been called to be on a certain mission can have a real, genuine conversation with. And so it's difficult to find people to communicate with. You have a few people that you go to that are your go-tos over and over again. But to go out to the grocery store and say, hey, my name is Lisa, what's your name, blah, 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 let's have a conversation, it's not likely to happen. Right? Because they're just going to think you're a know-it-all, they're going to think you're crazy, they're going to think all this other stuff. They don't have the capacity, they're not on the same vibrational frequency. It's not that they don't have the capacity, it's just that we're simply not vibing at the same frequency. Yeah? One thing about that is that when you do get in a group of people who are vibrating on the same frequency, even then it's tensed because there's this passive-aggressive competitiveness. There's this passive-aggressive, oh, I see you, girl, you're doing good. But deep down inside, you just feel like, yeah, did he or she really mean that, And so even in vibrating with people on the same frequency as you, it gets a little intense. It's like when you're called to be on a journey, it is difficult every way that you turn. Yes? I'll let you know when that changes. But so far, there is always something that makes it difficult. Yeah? Number 9, you'll find that people are against you without reason. When you're on a journey of a higher calling or on a path that you're walking, you'll find that people are against you without reason. People will get angry at you for asking you to do something, and when you do it, and it triggers something in them that needs to be healed, they hate you for it. So as a self-healer, as someone who has been called to a higher purpose, you have to be strong enough. This is not for the weak of heart. This is not for the faint of heart. You have to have a tough skin in walking your path. You have to have tough skin. Because people will literally hate you for healing them. They will literally hate you for bringing out what needs to be brought out. So you got to have tough skin. You cannot take anything personal. So as a person who's walking on a journey, a calling, it's not personal, honey. Just remember that. It's not personal. Yeah? And number 10, through all of that, number 10 is people who are walking in their calling. They're on the path. They're in alignment with what they've come back here to do. It's not easy. It's not fun. It's actually quite lonely and quite isolating. And it's empowering sometimes when people actually are grateful for the work that you do, and they're like, hey, you made such a difference in my life. Yes, you're like, yes, finally. But those are few and far between. Most of them will be angry at you. They will be angry at you for holding space for them. So you just have to know that. Yes? But number 10 is, when you're walking in alignment with your calling, you are protected. You are protected. And Spirit will show you that over and over and over again, that you are protected. No, you don't have a bunch of friends hanging around. No, you're not out partying with everybody. No, you're not, hey girl, come over. Nobody's inviting you this or that. There's a lot of hard, difficult things that go along with it when you're walking in your calling, when you're walking in alignment. But through it all, you are protected. Yes? And you want to stay on your journey. You want to finish the course. Because in finishing the course, you have done what you've come back to do in this lifetime. And there are not many who can say that. Yeah? So it is an honorable, and it should be respected. It should be honored. And you should do it with dignity. You will make mistakes. You will do things wrong, but stay on the course. Yes? Stay on the course. And the universe will bless you. You'll be directed, you'll be guided, and you'll be protected. That's all I have for you today. If you are a chosen one, or someone who is walking on a higher path, or someone who is walking on a warrior's journey, or the healer's journey, I want you to know that you are not by yourself. You are not alone. There's a lot of us out here, yes? I wish you the best. Remember that you are protected, and thank you for tuning in to my channel, Closing the Gap, where we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your spiritual journey. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you next time.